Hi, I'm Alan Graham and I'm author of Teach Yourself Your Evening Class, Improve Your Maths. A lot of people at school found maths rather boring and pointless. What is the point of algebra, and Pythagoras' theorem isn't that boring? Well, let me tell you about Pythagoras. He was around about 4,000 years ago, the time of the ancient Greeks, and he wasn't just a single person, he was actually a brotherhood. And the Pythagoreans weren't just interested in maths, they were interested in philosophy and they were interested in religion. And to them, numbers were part of their religion. They believed at that time that numbers came from the gods and that there were only two types of numbers, whole numbers and fractions. However, unfortunately, they stumbled on a third type of number that was neither of those. And I'll just show you where that came from. Here's a square piece of paper, 1 unit by 1 unit. And I'm going to fold it along the diagonal like that. So if that's 1 unit and that's 1 unit, how long is this diagonal? Well, according to Pythagoras' theorem, that squared plus that squared is equal to the square of that. 1 squared is 1, 1 squared is 1, add them together, 2. So the length of this diagonal is the square root of 2. Now, unfortunately, the square root of 2 is neither a whole number, nor is it a fraction. This new number seemed to challenge everything that they stood for. And they were so shocked by their discovery that they swore everyone to secrecy. They must not tell the truth about this new number, which we today call an irrational number, on pain of death. And the story goes, in fact, that one of their brothers did reveal the truth to someone outside the brotherhood and was put to death. I'll give another example now involving paper. Here's an ordinary sheet of A4 paper, and I could roll that into a cylinder in one of two ways. I could roll it lengthwise like that, or I could roll it widthwise like that. And the question is, do these two cylinders, the tall thin one and the short fat one, do they hold the same amount, or does one hold more than the other? Well, here are two that I made earlier. There's the tall thin one, and there's the short fat one. And let's see, I'll do a little experiment. I'm going to fill the tall thin one up with rice, and then pour it into the short fat one and see which holds the more. So that's pretty full. And then I pour this into the short fat one. And as you can see, it's about 2/3 full. And yet they were made from the same size of paper. Now, how did that happen? Well, the answer lies in the mathematics.